close the door more?
It's as close as it gets.
Alright.
I'll just deal.
Alright.
Alright, so can I get your names, ages?
Oh, sorry. Let's go.
Okay, I'm Anita, and I am 24. And I remember.
Oh, that's it. My name is Sikarin Antre, or AKA Boom, and my age is 24.
And how long have you guys been into anime cosplay?
Well, my mom was into anime and stuff before I was born. She would watch it with my brother. And we started going to conventions and stuff when I was 9, and my mom saw cosplay there, so she was like, you know what? I'm gonna dress you up. And I was like, yay! And that's how we started cosplaying when I was 9. Just randomly.
I don't know when I got first started in anime. I was really young, but I grew up on cartoons like Doraemon and stuff, so it was kind of just an Asian thing to do. Give your kids a cat in the pocket. And since then, I've grown and expanded my horizons. Yeah.
So what is cosplay?
What is cosplay? Cosplay is when you dress up like your favorite character and have fun in it. Cosplay, comes from the two words costume and play, so slam them together and you get cosplay.
And then, so what started cosplay? What are the origins of cosplay?
Since the first convention.
No, not since the first convention. Oh, I forgot his name.
Yeah, I was saying, you actually knew this.
I used to know the name of the first cosplayer. But there was a guy who went to a sci-fi convention in America a long, long time ago in his very own sci-fi themed outfit. And he was technically the very first cosplayer. I don't remember his name. It's unfortunate. Hi, Mom.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I was wondering where you had the camera.
He was technically the first cosplayer, but the term cosplay was later coined by a Japanese man who came over to American conventions and saw people dressed up as characters from sci-fi and decided to just call it cosplay because it's kind of like a popular thing in Japan, is to take words and shorten them.
Make them sound cooler.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to sound cool.
So what can people cosplay and what do people normally cosplay?
People can cosplay absolutely any character that they want.
Any character.
Even if it's not a character. Sometimes they'll cosplay like inanimate objects from shows or cartoons or comic books or anime or manga.
Iconic things.
Iconic things.
Or game things.
What is normally cosplay is, cosplay is a lot more popular at anime conventions, so I guess people would usually cosplay from anime and manga.
What are the do's and don'ts of cosplay?
Do have fun. Don't take it too serious, but at the same time, I mean, this is just a personal preference, but don't be sloppy. Don't be sloppy. But really, it really comes from what you want to get out of it. Like, currently right now, there is the World Cosplay Summit going on, which is exactly what it sounds like. Cosplayers from all over the world are competing. And certain teams will be selected to go to Japan to cosplay and do skits at the World Cosplay Summit. And one of them will win. Go America! But, the thing is with that is, when choosing cosplayers for things like the World Cosplay Summit, for them to win, we have different preferences per country. In Japan, when you want to have a good cosplay, you have to look good. And they don't care so much about your costume, if it's really good, or if you even made it, or things like that. They just want the person to look pretty. In America, we focus more on the construction of the outfit, and we want our costumes to be, technically accurate. You should make your own costume if you're going to do things like competitions or cosplay seriously, and you should have good sewing skills. But it really, really depends on what you want out of it and what you're trying to do with it.
And then, what would you recommend for beginning cosplayers? Like little tidbits, hints?
Beginning cosplayers?
Yeah, first timers.
Learn how to sew. Learning how to sew is important. Also, I would go online and I would find a costume board where a whole bunch of people will cosplay, like similar things that you want to cosplay, and just, watch what they do for a while. And find the harshest one you can. You don't want to find nice people. Nice people, they'll tell you put on a potato sack and you look good. But you want to find harsh people who will tell you how it is, which is why I love the internet. Because people will just tell you what they actually think.
That raw deal.
Yeah, the raw deal. But at the same time, if you're a beginning cosplayer, don't worry about being good. Because nobody's good with their first costume. You're supposed to just have fun.
But good, but have fun.
But most importantly, have fun.
What common themes do you see with cosplay? Like, do you see more anime cosplay? Do you see more like gaming? And then also like what style? Like, do you see people cosplaying certain types of anime characters or certain like inanimate objects?
Well, it really depends on what is popular at the time. Like, a few years ago, if you went to an anime convention, all you would find would be, like, anime costumes. You wouldn't find anything from, more Western stuff. But nowadays, if you went to, like, just, an anime con, you'd really find more Western cosplay than anime, I think.
And what is Western cosplay?
Like, from Western shows and
So, like,
comic
Supernatural
books. Like Supernatural, like Doctor Who, like Star Trek. And you'd find a lot more from video games as well as opposed to anime. And that's mostly because the anime that's been coming out for the past couple seasons hasn't been great. People aren't really in love with a lot of things. So what you see mainly depends on what is good at the time.
Right now you'll also see a lot of throwbacks to old
Yeah, you
shows.
will see a lot of older show cosplay because people are remembering all the stuff they used to
A lot of
like.
nostalgia.
Yeah, and how they wish it was still on.
Silver and gold age shows.
Alright. So what would you consider to be the lifestyle of an otaku, and what is an otaku?
The lifestyle. I guess it depends on how far you want to go with it. Some people are really extreme. Some people live a more casual life. A true purebred otaku doesn't leave his house, buys figures, has a internet job, so he doesn't need to for work, and spends a lot of his time isolated.
I think it's more of a neat.
Yeah, that's more of a need, honestly. But no, a normal otaku is someone who enjoys a lot of shows and will on occasion like buy memorabilia and stuff like that. Like I buy figures and whatnot. I watch a lot of anime. And I buy posters on my wall, skulls everywhere.
You said a neat. Could you define what a neat is?
That's what is that for? Not educated. Oh, it's not. I don't know what it means. Not educated. Something and
Point is-
non-training. It's somebody who's basically a dropout in every
Basically,
way.
they drop out and then they're stuck at home.
Yeah. What it means now, that's embarrassing.
It means you.
I have a job. I'm cool. I leave the house. I go
I guess
outside.
that means me then.
So you're more of a neat than I am.
Yeah, I don't go outside much. The sun burns.
I'm not saying that all otaku are like that. It's
No.
just the commonplace traits and kind of the extreme. So we tend to not get a lot of social contact.
Most people who are into anime and manga are
Yeah.
regular.
A little bit.
We're kind of on the extreme side.
Yeah. And for instance, like cosplayers can also be otaku. I mean, obviously, but and they
Not all
like
otaku
getting
are
out.
cosplayers.
Yeah,
And not all
exactly.
cosplayers are otaku.
Yeah. But they tend to get out more, obviously, because I don't know why you would make a costume and sit at home with it.
Strangely enough, that happens.
Yeah, it does happen. So.
So, what animes would you recommend for someone's first? Like the first time someone saw one, or what style, or what genre?
The genre? I think the most popular shows have always been kind of sci-fi in terms of anime. And that may be popular, but it's in like a wider audience. So I guess the very first show I would recommend somebody who's never seen anime is probably Cowboy Bebop. It follows the Western style, like episodic, kind of like isolated episodes, while still having kind of a small overarching story. It's also got the mixture of drama, comedy, and action, which is
Also,
kind of
it's
a great
in
blend.
space.
Yeah, it's in space too. It's about bounty hunters. It's a great show. It's a really great show. I think that's probably one of the best shows I can recommend. Somebody who doesn't know what anime is or is unsure about watching like cartoons.
And you know, a really good thing about Cowboy Bebop, if you're new to anime, is you don't have to watch it in Japanese for it to still sound good. Because the English dub for Cowboy Bebop is actually really good. It's one of my favorites.
And it's pretty hard to find a good dubbed one that sounds as good.
That is a huge debate among fans, is
Yeah.
dubs versus subs. And dubs are, English voiceovers versus Japanese language with subtitles. Because it depends on who's doing the sub, or who's doing the subs, who's doing the dubs, how they do the translation, the localization itself. Because when you're speaking in Japanese, you can't always convey what you're actually saying, and in that same like block of like the frame of animation, the English might not be able to do the same as well. So, like I said, it's one of the huge debates, like one of the biggest debates that exists within the anime community.
I mean, I personally prefer the original Japanese, but I know
I'm
people,
a subs.
yeah, I know people who prefer the English, and
Which is understandable.
I can understand it, but
Shout out to Maya.
I don't like it.
Alright, and the last question is, where and how was the best way to access anime if you're, poor college student like
Or college student.
Find a friend, make them blend you anime.
I'll be honest with you, torrenting is probably the best way. Yeah, I said it.
No!
But you should still support it when it comes out to the States.
Yeah.
Because honestly, because recently, like, a lot of companies have gone under stateside trying to bring anime over.
It's
In fact,
dying in America.
I think Bandai USA just closed their doors now.
Yep.
Aniplex is probably next, although they're doing well. They also have the support of Nico Nico Video.
Although I think one of the main reasons it's dying in America currently is less to do with people porning and more like people who are bringing over the anime. It just shows whatever.
That's true. They chose some bad shows to
There's
bring
just
over.
horrible shows and nobody wants
Yeah.
to watch them, so.
And also, like, I don't know, the price hike is getting kind of high. Like, Madoka's really
Oh
expensive.
yeah. It's also really expensive. That's
Well, then
partly
again, like in
due to
Japan,
dying.
you pay like $70 for like 2 episodes, anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
So we should really be complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem at all. Hopefully
I
you get something
helped.
good out of it.